If you have furry pets in your home, you know exactly the types of messes that they can create. And today, I thought it would be fun to share my secret for staying on top of their shedding routines and the mess that they bring in. Are you ready for it? I don't. I just don't keep up with it. I mean, there's absolutely weeks where I'm not winning the battle against those fur tumbleweeds. I'm just not. But the weeks where I'm slightly better than your average pet owner, I have realized there are some things that I've taken for granted that really do help keep the messes manageable. After years and years of owning a dog or a cat or growing up with them, I've learned these tricks. For me, honestly, the hardest part isn't brushing the dog or vacuuming the floor. It's remembering to do it and getting started before the pet hair becomes overwhelming. And I really think that's where the secret sauce is. I've realized this is less of a cleaning problem and more of a containment problem, which is what we're going to talk about today. I don't usually do a lot of product videos, so this one is going to be a bit of a unicorn because I'm going to share a bunch of products that have helped with the containment issue of pet hair. Take what works, leave what doesn't, and just remember that the system in your home matters more than any of the products that I'm talking about. But let's talk about what has genuinely helped me.
All right, so first up, we're going to talk about daily grooming. And like I said before, it's not the actual grooming part that's the hardest for me, it's remembering to do it. And the reason that doing it on a daily basis makes a huge difference is it's like preventative care. You are trying to take care of the pet hair at its source. Right, Cody? Doing something like setting up some sort of pet station near where your dog or cat usually likes to lounge around is a perfect time to pair something you do all the time with the grooming session. So what this could look like is if you in the evening unwind and you watch TV together or wherever, or you're reading a book up here in your bedroom, if this is an okay space to groom your animal, have a basket nearby with all of the supplies that you'll need. This is probably one of the most ADHD-friendly things that I've done in my house recently, where it could be in a basket like a brush, it can be nail clippers. Basically, if I have to go down to a closet in order to get this thing, it's probably not going to happen. I like using a Undercoat brush on my dog because he has a double coat. So this works really well for any type of retriever, German Shepherd, something like that, that has kind of the two coats because sometimes it's the undercoat that's really hard for them to shed naturally. And you'd be shocked how much comes up. So the more that I do that on a daily basis, it keeps him comfortable and it prevents that fur from hitting the floor and causing a major headache later down the road for me. I brushed him yesterday. This is already coming up. This is a new toy of mine. I was skeptical. I was like, but if I'm going to do a video, I'm doing this for you people. Product testing so you don't have to. And I'm here to say that the ChomChom roller surprised me because it uses static electricity, there's no stickiness here, and it basically just uses traction and these fabric pieces to pull up all of the fur. Where it usually collects all the stuff is in the back here. Pretty incredible. What I love about this is that it's more gentle on any type of fabric or upholstery that you don't want to have catch. So this has some texture to it with the waffle pattern, and so I love that it's gentle on that and still does an awesome job picking up the fur. I wash this regularly, but at least between washes, this is a very nifty tool, and I'm a fan.
I think a lot of people think about pet messes as the things they track in and the fur, but hair is visible. Dander is the sneaky culprit that is not visible. And the only reason and way that we can clear our homes of dander and trying to cut down on that is having some sort of air purifier or really good filters in your home vents. I have two in my house, one in the living room and one in my bedroom. And we chose these two spaces because the living room kitchen area is a high traffic area with the dog coming in and out. but also the bedroom is a great way to help remove dust and allergens where my husband sleeps, and he easily has some of the worst allergies among our whole family. Next up, we're going to talk about the idea, or the attempt of the idea, of creating pet zones. I know what you're already thinking, and it's a bit laughable to be like, yeah, my cat or dog will not stay in one specific spot in my house, so this won't work. But stick with me. Basically, you probably already know and see that your pet has a very specific perch or a couch cushion or a chair or something that they always go to. They have a favorite sunny spot near a window. You probably see where they love to hang out. Next, I want you to think, you can't move the favorite thing because it probably has to do with sunlight or comfort, but could you bring some of their other items that belong to them closer to that spot? If it works within your house or apartment. So what that looks like in my house is my dog has a dog bed that he loves to lay on in our kitchen, but it's also very close and across from where his water dish is. And so that area can get pretty messy, but in a way, it's at least not having him track stuff all over the house. And these are two things that I really love using. One is the Gorilla mats. So the Gorilla mats not only stick really well to the floor, they have this non-stick piece that is also waterproof. So especially during mud season, but if it's raining really hard, anytime, snow, rain, you name it, they're coming in and out of here, and it's a great way to stop excess mud and dirt right at the door. I would rather wash these in my washer than the entire floor every time. And it really does cut down on the number of disgusting bits that my dog decides to bring in. Next up is also the elevated water dish. It might seem a little bougie, but my dog is tall, and so it does prevent him from going all the way down to eat his food and the water. But the biggest thing is the fact that he's not always the neatest water drinker, so the fact that he doesn't have to bend over quite so much prevents him from dribbling so much, but when he does dribble, it goes right onto this mat. While we're in this zone, we're going to do a quick shout out for the MudBuster, which seriously saves my floors during mud season. And here's exactly why and how to use it. But all you do is on each of their paws, I fill this with water up to about here. And you just go up and down with their paws, and you dip their paws and go back and forth. The scrubbing motion of all of these really does an amazing job getting that caked in mud out of the paw pads, because I try to shave out my dog's paw pads, but I don't always keep on it, and it's unbelievable, that's my favorite word today, how much mud he collects in that pad area, and then we'll track it all over my house. For my cat, they're going to do what they want to do. But I have found that by putting the cat bin next to where my cat loves to hang out on her perch, I'm at least encouraging that she stays in one specific sunny zone that she likes. I put the water a little further away from where her litter bin is because I get it, they don't like that. But it, again, creates a zone where I'm trying to clean one specific concentrated corner rather than all different sorts of places where she likes to go all throughout the house. It's not perfect, but if there's one cushion or one blanket that I can wash instead of a bajillion blankets, then I'm going to do it. But as photographic evidence shows, cats are just going to go where they want to go, you know? But this is at least something that can help in a pinch. Now that we've done all the preventative stuff, it's time for the cleanup. And weirdly, I kind of love this part because unlike cleaning out a closet for 3 hours, pet hair gives immediate gratification. You can literally see the difference. I am an infomercial here, people. I'm not saying that I'd subscribe to a streaming service that only showed carpet cleaning before and afters, but I might accidentally binge 3 episodes. So, can we talk about the ASMR of this whole situation? The sound of the vacuum sucking up a giant fur tumbleweed, the lines in the carpet, emptying the canister and wondering how one animal, maybe two, produced enough hair to knit another animal. it's weirdly satisfying. It's like popping bubble wrap. I genuinely think that's why these chores are easier for me to start. My ADHD brain just gets this like instant reward. So enjoy this vacuuming montage as we also go into some of my other favorite cleaning tools. First up, I'm going to talk about the UpRoot Clean Pro. And here I am. I'm not sponsored in any way, but this is amazing on carpeted stairs. I like it most on carpeted stairs because sometimes it could be a little too rough on a couch, but I have used it successfully on couches. It's one of those products I thought was gimmicky until I used it, and then I was disgusted because it gets up so much gunk from the carpet and the stuff that honestly the vacuum can't get. Those dog fur particles get twisted into the carpet fibers, and it's really hard for vacuums to reach. I really have loved this. The vacuum isn't getting into the nitty-gritty corner of those parts of my stairs. I also love sprinkling some of this pet carpet deodorizer on my carpet before I fully vacuum my carpet. That's been another part of my pet cleaning routine that has been a game changer. The pet dust and dander can really like sink in and still kind of make your house smell like a dog or cat lives there. But this has definitely a very strong, fresh scent. So what I do is I open the windows usually when I use this. I let it sit for about 15 minutes on the carpet and then I vacuum it up. But honestly, its main ingredient is baking soda. So if you just want no scent, the power of baking soda sitting in your carpet for a while and then vacuuming it away makes a humongous difference with the freshness. Just be careful of your vacuum filter because it can get clogged. So take care of your vacuum very carefully after you do that because you don't want to jam up your vacuum for future use. At the end of the day, whether it's pet hair, dander, litter, or muddy paw prints, I have found that the secret, again, isn't cleaning harder. It's just creating systems that catch the mess close to the source. A brush catches the fur before it hits the floor. A gorilla mat catches dirt before it reaches the carpet. A pet basket with all your supplies within easy reach will motivate you to do that task with something you already love doing, like binging that next episode. All those little systems makes it easier for me to stay ahead of the mess instead of consistently playing catch up. Because perfection is never our goal, and it's just not reality. Containment is our goal. Thanks so much for sticking with me, and hopefully you got some sort of ideas that you want to try around your home. Again, I have no affiliation with any of the products that I said, but if there is something that is a pain point for you, start with one, see how you like it, but be realistic because the last thing I want is for you to buy something that's just going to become clutter later, because that is against what we are here on this channel for. Have an awesome day, and I'll catch you in the next one.